ever wondered what happens to people in power when they're no longer in power but need to earn a crust? Or in this case, has Hillary Clinton finally had her chips? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Thank you for joining me today. Nice to see you. This particular story caught my eye because, as we often say here on the show, we like to bring you a little mix of everything, royals, showbiz, culture, politics. And I often wonder, when I interview a lot of senior figures within politics, what do they do once they finish, I was lucky enough to meet Margaret Thatcher very briefly, all thanks to her daughter, of course, the wonderful Carol Thatcher. And the biggest problem for Mrs. Thatcher, as one can imagine, after so many years in power, was not to be the centre of attention. And I don't mean that in a sort of needy way, but just the fact that she was so busy with everything, the red boxes, the government papers, the sort of thing. I recently also met and interviewed Sir David Cameron, another former British Prime Minister. He got rather prickly when I mentioned the fact that, well, what's it like when people suddenly stop calling you? What do you do? He pointed out that he would always be an ex-British Prime Minister, and for that alone, he is of course kept very busy. Nice sort of balanced reply. But this particular story caught my eye because not many people knew that Hillary Clinton was in fact here in the United Kingdom. Now, it's a bit of a love fest because she was up in South Shields, which is in the northern part of the United Kingdom. Lovely place, by the way. Great theatre up there. I'm still not sure if it's there. The Custom House, it used to be called. Played it. Wonderful. But now Hillary was there because she was giving a speech at a local centre. Now let me explain how this works. When you're a politician, you get put on the speaking circuit, so you can earn a lot of money just simply going around telling people how to be successful, even though, like Hillary, you haven't actually won or been able to win anything yourself. In fact, some might say Hillary couldn't even win a raffle. And then, of course, the person who invited her was David Miliband, another former MP that shot off for a lucrative job over in New York, making millions of pounds, but then likes to come back to Britain to tell us where we're going wrong. You get the picture. So Hillary decided to pop into a local fish and chip shop at the invite of said MP, Coleman's. And it was a big success for the owner because he got a picture with her and, of course, much needed publicity around the world. I am thrilled for him because I'm sure lots of people will want to go along and see exactly where a former First Lady dined out in a UK fish and chip shop. But as ever, we were detailed to the menu. Now, did, of course, Mrs. Clinton have to pay for such menu? No, she didn't. Of course, they give her it free in return for posing for a picture. So you see what I mean? Even if you're a politician in this woke cancel culture world, you don't necessarily have to pay for the food. I'm sure the gentleman in question was more than happy to gift it, as they say, because it's great publicity for him. But more importantly, isn't it strange when you look at this world that we're in? Those that have receive even more, and those that don't really struggle along. But have you noticed it's those that have that tell us how to live our lives in the 21st century, whether it be carbon footprint, green, saving the planet, all of that sort of stuff, all the while taking private jets over to the United Kingdom to do talks. As ever, I'd love to know your comments in the comment section below. And remember, keep it nice and polite. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.